Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing some fixes on some broken stuff. We're going to be doing some modifications. We got a lot of parts here for Project Electra behind me, so we have plenty of stuff to do. Plenty. I don't think we're going to get to everything today, especially the rear end. If you guys saw the first video on the truck, you'll know I put a rear in from the junkyard. That rear is also bad, just like the original one that was in the truck. And the one that I grabbed from the junkyard originally was technically not the right rear for my truck. My truck has a limited slip rear differential. That's what it was out of the factory with. I ended up grabbing, a 392 rear, but it was an open diff because that's what I could find. But I actually got the right one sitting right in front of me down here. It spins really, really nicely. It's smooth. The inside looks good. So I'm hoping this one we get lucky with and we don't have to go pull another one, because I'm getting pretty good at pulling these things. It takes me about 25 minutes in the junkyard to rip one of these axles out, because I just cut like everything that's not needed, and then I just unbolt the U-bolts and shocks and it pretty much falls right out. So getting pretty good at that, but I would like this one to just be the one that stays in the truck. So but yeah, so we got plenty of stuff. I'll show you what we got. So this is the rear. This is my my nice friends and cousin over here. Not a Ford, slow. They hate him. They know I'm a Ford guy. I don't know why they bitching. They know I got my Ford over here. Unreal. They do this stuff. But at least they were nice enough to cover it up for me. This rear was actually at my buddy's house in Pennsylvania for a little while, because obviously truck's not on the road. So I had no way to get this home. So my cousin went and grabbed it for me. I have a radiator here. My radiator is actually leaking the bottom corner. It's an aluminum one that they put in the truck, and it's honestly like an eBay one. It's leaking right at the weld. I went with the stock replacement. I think we have adequate cooling. The factory obviously wouldn't put in adequate cooling, so this is just a stock replacement radiator. I don't think we need anything crazy, guys. We're going to be towing the Mustang. That's what we're going to be towing, and we'll probably have stuff in the bed at some point, but we're not going to be towing freaking backhoes or anything. So I think this will do just fine. We have our belt tensioner, idlers, and belt, because the tensioner on the truck right now is ready to fall off the truck. So we definitely got to get that done too. I have this very, very nice center console addition to the interior of that, and we'll get into that when I go to install that. But I'm not a fan of the way Dodge did the center on this truck. What else we got? We got our painted diff cover, the tow hooks and all that stuff we're not going to do today. I grabbed those when I was at the junkyard and I painted them up, to match everything else that's going to be painted on the truck. This is metallic blue, I think it's called, or high metallic blue. I used all of the same color on the Jeep, guys, for the steering arms and everything. That was all this color. It's one of my favorite colors that comes out of a spray paint can for sure. And then I do have right there our sponsor from a very, very long time ago. They have been working with the channel for a long time. Those are Auxito LED fog lights. They're yellow, so they will match the Mustang and the Subaru. So we'll have our nice white headlights, yellow fogs on everything we own. It's kind of a way you could tell that I'm coming down the road, because every car that I own has that setup on it. But yeah, other than that, obviously we have the Mustang Turbo back there. That's kind of on the back burner right now. I really want to get the truck dealt with, get it on the road, get it driving. So the Mustang's kind of just hanging out. I actually have this car in a very, very good spot right now. Last week's video, you guys know I put the speed cal in. So this car is like honestly dialed. Like this car's perfect. Like I could take this out, I could drive the hell out of it, I could beat on it. It's not going to break down on me. It's built very, very well at this point. And I know as soon as I put that on, the reliability aspect is going to go very, very downhill. It's just how it is. It's going to be like heavily modified at that point. Right now, this car is just a bolt-on car, and it just performs very, very well for what it is. And it's a blast to drive. It has the 4.56 gear, and it's a little ripper. It really is, especially for what's done to it. There's nothing crazy done. There's no cams, nitrous, boost, none of that. So right now, the car's fun. I think we're just going to rock it the way it is for a little while. But I do have the whole On3 kit for this car. Obviously, you guys know that. So we will get to the turbo in the near future. But today we got to work on the truck. There is a lot of broken stuff on this truck. So let's hop right into it. I don't even know where to start, guys. I guess we'll start with something easy. We'll do the fog lights first. All right, guys, so I just put the fog lights in. Nothing to really show you guys there. It's kind of just twist a bulb out and put a bulb in. But yep, they look good. I can see it already. So we got our blue and yellows. The yellows help with fog, guys, like fog and snow. It kind of makes visibility a lot more clear when you're trying to drive. But I think they look nice also. If you guys have been following a long time, you know that these bulbs are one of my sponsors. And if you guys want to buy yourself some LEDs, the discount code for the Auxito LEDs is Dylan's Garage at checkout. It'll save you 15% anything on their website. So if you guys are interested in that, you could definitely head over and check that out. I think what we are going to do next is going to be the center console part right over here. This is made by Glow Shift. It's a pretty nice little unit. We got two cup holders. We got a little storage thing where I have the instructions and a bracket. I'm not too sure how the bracket goes, so we're gonna have to look into that. I quickly glimpsed at the instructions. Glow Shift, like I said, guys, Glow Shift makes some cool stuff. They make a lot of gauges, obviously. But yeah, so I looked at the instructions a little bit, and I guess we have to pop open our latch and put the spacer in the latch, just so I guess it still latches, because obviously this is going to make it sit higher up. So we'll look into that a little bit, and let's get this thing installed. So one of my major complaints with the 3rd gen Rams is this right here. These cup holders, if I'm sitting like this, right, I got to go all the way over here to get my cup or drink or whatever. In my case, you guys know, probably my green tea, right? Why would they put it there? I would much rather have a center console. I know you can make a 4th gen one work, but I kind of want to retain my seat that I have here, and I also really like this under storage right here. So I don't want to say delete my center seat just in case I ever need it. So that's where this right here comes in. It's going to pretty much attach right to here. So we'll have best of both worlds. We'll still have our seat, but we'll have our cup holders right by our freaking hand, where they should have been from the factory. I don't know what you were thinking, Dodge. That should have been 100% factory right here, and that's how it should have went. So I'm going to get this installed really quick. Pretty much all we're doing is we're popping off the plastic here around the latch. We're going to pop that up. We're going to take our latch off. We're going to put the spacer that they include in the kit right here. It just spaces your latch so it can still catch here. And that'll be that for that. That's nice and simple to install. And then we'll probably go ahead and we'll start on the belt tensioner, the idlers, and the belt. And then we'll save the radiator for last. And if I'm feeling ambitious, maybe I'll start doing the rear axle. But I'm by myself today. My cousin's not here. Nobody's here to help me. And I really don't want to kill myself doing that axle. So I'm not fully sure what we're going to do yet. But maybe we'll start on it, maybe. I did also do the other night, I did LED license plate lenses, like the bulbs are built into them, kind of similar to what I have on the Subaru and the Mustang. And then I also did all LED gauge cluster lights here. So these are all blue, like how the Jeep was. So that's pretty cool too. But yep. So this is what they're talking about when they tell you you need to pop the clips off your piece here. It's going to sound like you're breaking it, but you're not. The clips just go into all these grooves, and when you pull it out, they go like really, really heavy. So we're putting our spacer here on the latch. So it's just 2 Phillips heads. We got to align this properly to close down, but that shouldn't be that big of an issue. So I'm going to get those pulled out. I'm going to get the spacer put in, and we'll get the thing done. All right, so you're definitely going to want to test fit this before you go ahead and actually put your panel back on and everything, because you don't want to keep taking this thing off. The clips will eventually break. But we have our spacer and everything there. It does close. Everything works like it should. So now pretty much all that's left is to put in the actual tray right here, which it's supposed to just sit right in there, just like so. But be mindful of your cigarette lighter in here, because obviously you're going to want to be able to use that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to unplug it, or take the cap off of it so we could feed it through here. And then this, in return, should go ahead and sit down Yep, just like that. That's pretty much how it's gonna live, more or less. So we gotta make sure that this closes down, which we should have no issue. Ooh, it's a little tight here. Maybe it's not down all the way. I'm not really too sure, but we'll figure that out. I got it, guys. So pretty much this was just kind of pushing up a little bit on the lid, which was making it not close. But as you can see, it opens, everything works like it should. Let me take some of this stuff out of here that I'm not gonna be using. Yeah, so everything works. We have our nice cup holders now. We have a little phone holder or whatever you want to use that for. Much better than that on the floor, for sure. And I mean, you think about it like this, if we do want to use this, we still can. And we have 4 cup holders now in the front, so you never know. But I definitely like this a lot. All right, so now we're gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm gonna start draining the radiator. The petcock is really easy to get to. It's like right down in here. So we're gonna drain that, and then while we're draining that, we're gonna tackle the belt tensioner, the belt, the idlers, and all that stuff. This tensioner is really bad, guys. I mean, it literally moves like side to side, and when the truck's on, it like bounces like, and it makes a ton of noise. It's like tick, 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 tick. Very bad. I do not want that coming off while I'm on the road. So we're gonna get all of that swapped out with some new parts. We'll get the radiator done and all that, and I'll pick you guys up after I do it. This is a very easy radiator to do, guys. It's literally a couple bolts up front here for the I believe this is the trans cooler, and I think that's the power steering or the oil cooler. Either way, both of these need to be separated from the radiator clearly, and then you know, your overflow tank, washer fluid, your fan shroud, and that's really about it, guys. I mean, there's nothing crazy here, and it's like 2 mounts up top, one here and the other one is right up here. So nothing crazy. I'm just gonna get it all done, and I'll pick you guys up when hopefully we have a non-leaking radiator and a non-noisy belt. Guys, so I'm moving right along. I got everything out over here. I got the new belt, the tensioner, both new idlers. I got all of that on. I got the radiator in, but I ran into a couple things. For one, those hoses don't feel great, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go grab 2 hoses, upper and lower. And then 2, I don't know who did the last radiator, but this thing is not mounted whatsoever. So I gotta try to go get bolts that'll fit that. They're similar to this, but I need them longer. And then I guess I could put a nut on the back side of them. That's at least my plan. That's what I'm thinking. So I gotta go do a couple things, but we're pretty much all back together for the most part. We got the fan shroud, the tank, those 2 bolts, and the hoses. So I'll get new hose clamps and everything for those, but it should be back together relatively soon, I hope, if everything goes smoothly. Don't run into any more crazy stuff like bolts missing and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go grab that stuff really quick and should be firing this thing up very shortly. All right, so after a ton of driving around looking for bolts and everything is secured here perfectly. We're about to put coolant in it. I got this thing all secured because it wasn't even attached before. I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know. If you don't know what you're doing, don't touch it. It's that simple, right? If you don't know what you're doing, don't touch it.
Yes, sir.
That's it. See? Look who joined the party. I know I told you guys he wasn't here, but hey, look, he's here.
Oh, you got my receding baldness?
Receding baldness, baby. All right, we got some coolant. We're bleeding it. Just waiting for some heat in the cab here, which we do not have yet, but our gauge is still all the way down, so we'll give it a little run time and should be good to go in just a little while. There's no leaks, nothing like that, so I think we did a good job here. All right, guys, so we're definitely making some progress on Project Electra over here. These are the gauge cluster lights I was telling you guys about. They're all blue. The climate control actually didn't have any lights left. Like, they were all burnt out, so that's pretty cool that they now work. We got our center console there. I don't think I really did anything else in here. I put my Valentine mount on the blend mount on the rear view mirror, which is pretty cool too. I'm definitely keeping my eyes open for some Laramie leather seats that I could put in here that are heated. I did find out all the dummy plugs are just like the Jeep, right behind the center console there. I actually found them the other day when I did the lights. So that's that. We do obviously need to put a radio in still, but she's definitely coming along. We removed all the badges also off the tailgate and everything. I did a YouTube short on that, so all the badges are gone. Those are the LED license plate lights. Don't worry about the tail lights. We got to get new ones. They're obviously going bad. We also removed the badges off the doors where it said Ram up here. I'm not a big fan of badges, guys, so that's why I did all that. And then obviously under the hood, we have our new belt tensioner idlers down there. We have our new radiator over here. So definitely getting there little by little. We have our yellow fog lights and our white LED headlights. So if you guys need lights, hogsito.com, discount code Dylan's Garage checkout, 15% off anything on their website. Literally anything you want, you'll get 15% off. So she's coming. And then we got the rear over here, which I'm gonna prep tonight. I'm gonna obviously bend the backing plates back and everything, put the diff cover on and get that ready to go in the truck. Hopefully we got a good one this time around. Fingers crossed on that. And then other than that, we got our tow hooks and stuff, which I'm not gonna do quite this minute. I want to get a new bumper, but yeah. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today with Project Electro back here. My cousin's over here.
Yep.
Ladies, he's single. He's single. Hit him up. Hit him up.
You gotta like Ford. If not, don't bother me.
All right, guys. So that's all I have for you today. Just a couple things on the third gen, and hopefully we got more third gen content coming. We definitely got Mustang content coming in the near future. I do have the turbo kit and everything for that. Maybe we'll do something with Subi.
And we got a race. You're gonna watch the Power Stroke smoke this Hemi.
This guy.
Yep. The old dinosaur.
Everybody comment down below. Crack kills. That's.
Right,
it must be smoke. All right, guys.
The true 73 guys will know.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, guys. That's all I have. I'll catch you guys in next week's video, Friday, 12 p.m. Any last words?
Yeah. Fuck Dodge. Go forward.
Fuck Dodge, go forward. All right. Peace out.